Don't be a boob. For more videos like this one, please subscribe to this channel.
Go through their layup line, and Tyler, we saw that huge transition three at the end to break through your mind there at the end of the game. For the game, then in the first three quarters, you like to see your teammates get going. What did you see out there tonight from?
Well, Rich, you know where the barrier is, about 25 feet from the mouth of the locker room. That's where I was standing with our friend Gary Washburn, who works at the Globe, when we started to hear just yelling, some screaming, some swearing coming out of the locker room. I saw Marcus Smart leave the locker room, turn towards the restroom, and he was still swearing. But I want to be clear, there were other players yelling. He's just the only one that I saw. In terms of how this can impact the group going forward, I think a couple of things. Everyone on this panel knows just how fiery, how much heart, how much soul this group has, and that's part of the reason that they're good. That's part of what translates to the court. Jaylen Brown said that he's hoping both times it slipped away, and that was an issue for them in the Toronto series as well. They lost every single third quarter to Toronto. So what I'm expecting to see is not necessarily this individual incident bring this group together. I think they're already a fairly tight-knit group. But all of those emotions that you heard, I expect to see that on the court. I will be a little bit disappointed or a little bit confused if I don't see that anger, that fire translate to them really pushing to get that win and get this series to 2-1.
And Richard, if they can do that, if that does become something that they can put together for an entire game, especially in those third quarter, as Malika points out, do you feel that that could be a real turning point? Or do you think what you have seen in the last few games, what you saw last night during the game, post-game, means that there's deeper issues here?
Well, this is the thing. When you're going in and rewatching.
Right. I agree with you, Richard, but there's one thing that we're all forgetting. Miami has a lot to do with why the Celtics are frustrated. Let's not lose sight of that. They were completely flummoxed by that zone, which I'm sure drives Brad Stevens crazy. I'm sure he couldn't believe that his team couldn't do a better job of that.
And to your point, Jackie, the Heat do have something to do with it. In fact, 34-year-old NBA vet Goran Dragic.
Just how much the Heat love this guy. I mean, Jimmy Butler especially has grown really, really close with Goran Dragic, and to the point that Eric Spoelstra described them as the odd couple to me. They're just always palling around together. He says that he feels like Goran actually helped have Jimmy Butler have just a better assimilation into the group. He said he helped him just kind of get to know his role around the team. And the other day when I was at practice and Jimmy Butler was shooting, every time Jimmy Butler hit a three, he yelled Zoran, which is the name of Goran's brother. So everyone loves him in the locker room, but also everyone really knows he's super important on the court. He sparked their offense last night. He sparked their offense in multiple games. Other teams know that he is he's a threat. They need to defend him incredibly tightly.